What's up, guys? Thank you for joining me again for another episode. Look, let's jump right into it. I'm making these videos right here to help people that are aspiring actors that want to join the entertainment business, don't really know where to start, don't really know what goes on behind the scenes. I'm making this video for people that have gone through drama school, have learned the craft of acting, and now find themselves in the real world, not sure where to begin, how to start, and how to elevate their careers in show business. Once again, like I talk about, a lot of people study the craft, but not a lot of people know about the actual business, what happens in the industry when you're on the ground, outside of class, outside of school, outside of college. You're in the real world, in this damn jungle, and you're trying to make it through the entertainment business. What I want to talk about today is I want to give you the 4 pillars that are important for you to start your career in the acting business. These 4 pillars will include step-by-step guidance on what you need to do to become a working actor. Look, I will be very honest. There was a little slice of luck that really got me started, and I feel that it is my duty to pay it forward, pay it back, and that's why I'm sharing this content, sharing this information to help you get your career started, because it's hard to come across luck for that uncontrollable element that we call luck, and hopefully you can find some value as well. So let's get started. After being in this business for 15 years, 10 years in LA so far, I now understand what I could have done to take control of the situation and not have to wait on luck. And that is what I want to share with you today. How do you become an actor? I'm going to tell you right now in this video the 4 pillars that you need to establish to become a working actor. Now, the purpose of these videos that I make, I am trying to give people an insight of the acting business, the things that you don't learn in school, the things that you just learn through experience and failure. And I want to share this with you. So let's start with these 4 pillars on how to become an actor. Number 1, if there's one thing I want to reiterate, that this acting, yes, it can be a hobby, it can be fun, but if you want to make this your career, you need to understand that it is a business and you are the product. So the very first thing is you need to have some sort of project plan, some sort of one-stop shop where you keep all your documentation. And just think of it as a digital repository for all the stuff that you are going to do, and that's going to help you build your career. You can use Google Docs, you can use Google Sheets, you can use Excel spreadsheet, whatever you can use a pen and paper, but that could easily get lost. So personally, I use Google Sheets. In that spreadsheet, you want to be able to consolidate everything that you're going to do, that I'm going to talk about now. You're going to be able to consolidate everything that I'm going to mention in this Google spreadsheet. You want a one-stop shop for all your materials, so you don't have to go and look around and do discovery for where all your materials are. Once you have that sheet, I recommend that you list out the characters that you want to play. What type of character do you see yourself playing? What type of character do you enjoy playing? What type of character that would you be happy playing for maybe the rest of your life, for a number of years? Have that narrowed down. Be selective and know exactly what you want. It's always good to have that information, for you to take control of that information versus let somebody tell you what you should play. So that's the first thing. In your Google Sheets, make a tab, call it characters that you want to play, and list them out. Doctor, lawyer, firefighter, police, Marines, delivery guy next door, husband. You just make a list of the characters that you see yourself playing. Get really focused on that. Once you have that information, it's time for headshots. It's good to have that information in advance, because when you find the right photographer and you want to schedule your headshots, you're not waiting for him to tell you how these headshots you should look. What you need to do is you take this list, and this list will inform your photographer and give him the direction that he should take to give you the output for these characters that you want to play. What I mean by that is, when you go to the photographer and tell him, hey man, these are the characters that I have in mind. I want to make sure that I have headshots for each of these roles that I intend on playing in the near future. That's going to make him shift his focus and really understand what he needs to capture in each headshot. That's also going to inform the wardrobe that you're going to be in. When it comes to headshots, a lot of times, great photographers will make recommendations on what colors you should wear, what outfits you should wear based on the color of your skin and how it's going to look on camera and the background. A good, strong photographer will be able to inform you and guide you on that. My personal favorite photographer is Nogan Beck. I've worked with him numerous times. He's based out of LA. I like Nogan because he's a great photographer, not just because he's got a good eye, but when I go to shoot with him, he's got the right backgrounds in place that are going to work with my complexion. He advises on wardrobe because he knows what that background and my complexion and the roles that we want to play, what would be the right outfit for that headshot. That's what you want in a good photographer. You want him to be, you want him to understand what the photo needs to look like to match the character that you want to play. With this information about characters and headshots, I recommend doing a research on local photographers in your area. Look at reviews, look at what people say, look at their work on Instagram, look at their website, look at their pricing. I'll tell you now, an expensive photographer does not mean that he's the most talented photographer. An expensive photographer does not mean that he's the most talented photographer to give you headshots. So it's always important to look at previous headshots that this person has worked on and see if that fits in what you're looking for. So that is photographers. Essentially, once you take your pictures and the photographer gives you the pictures back, I recommend that create a folder on whether on Google Drive or Dropbox, whatever. Make sure you have a folder where these photos are going to reside, and in your Google Doc or your spreadsheet, make a link to each photo that represents the character that you want to play. Now, not only do you have the characters that you want to play, but you're able to give somebody a visual of what you would look like if you were assigned that character. Now that we talked about headshots, that falls under the artifact pillar. Now, the next pillar I want to talk about is craft. At the end of the day, you want to be an actor. Acting is a craft. And by definition, a craft is something that you need to work on consistently to get better at it. Naturally, I would recommend that you take training. Now, when you're enrolling in training, it's important for you to understand that, in acting, you are the product. Your body is the product. So what do you want to work on? Do you want to work on voice training? Right? Do you just want to do scene study, classic dramatic acting? Or do you want to take more on the comedy side? Do you want to do improv? So it's sort of understanding what you want to work on before enrolling in that training session. Go on Google, look at acting classes in your area and enroll in these classes. I remember when I was in Minnesota, when I was in college, I'd take college classes. When I was outside of college, when I left college, I'd find working actors who have retired and are offering coaching sessions. I would go and take coaching classes with them. You always want to keep that muscle fresh. You want to continue learning, continue practicing your craft. So when you enroll in these classes, you're going to meet like-minded people. Highly encourage you to become friends with these people because you guys all have the same goal. You guys are all driven. Hopefully you guys want to end up in the same place and achieve success as actors. Establishing that group, that support system, you can now work with one another in creating materials that can showcase your acting skill set. Once you start, use your iPhone and you shoot that material. And now you have something to show your acting skills. Keep in mind, when you want to meet an agent or a manager, they're going to ask you for your headshots, they're going to ask you for your reel. And if you're coming in fresh and you don't have any experience, what are you going to show on your reel? It's okay to show work that you have created yourself. That is totally fine. We talked about the artifacts, your headshots, nicely organized, linked to an Excel spreadsheet, highlighting the characters you want to play. And next we talk about the craft. Third pillar is create. I talked about when you're in training classes, you're meeting people, you're understanding who's good at what. The third pillar of create, that is when you get together, create your materials. Now everybody has something to show. You've got a video, you've got material, you've got content that you can actually show your skill set. Now you're not just talking, you're showing, and that's very important, and that's going to get you a long way. Now the final pillar is minding your business. At the end of the day, this is a business. The next step here is now you need to get an agent, you need to get a manager for you to get going, start auditioning, and start booking roles. But how do you do that? This is the biggest question I had when I came out here to become an actor. Think of it like the Facebook of acting, the LinkedIn of acting, where you are able to see what auditions are being held, what projects are being made, and the talents that these projects are looking for. Where casting directors, producers, directors, they are looking for talent. Even agents and managers too. If you're in the US, the most popular ones that I can recommend are Actors Access, Casting Networks, and Backstage. If you are in the UK, Spotlight is a very popular one. And if you are in the Middle East, there is Acting in the UAE. That is another casting platform where folks can build their profiles and look for projects there. Now in these casting platforms, Actors Access, Casting Networks, Backstage, Spotlight, all you need is your headshots, your reel, assuming you've created the material that I talked about earlier, you put together a reel, and your resume. If you're green, that's okay. Your resume can include your headshots. It can include a list of training that you have completed or in the process of completing, and links to your work. As long as you have something to show, you're fine. And now that you've set up your profile, there is one service that I highly recommend. Keep in mind, this is not a sponsorship. I'm not getting paid to say this. Personally endorsing this on the basis of I've seen what it can do. I've seen what it has done for me. I've seen what it has done for my friends. This service that I'm about to tell you is attached to Actors Access. This service is called Talent Link. And what it does, it publishes your profile to agents and managers, and now they can see who you are, they can see what you have done, and if there is a place on their roster for you, they will reach out to you. Like I said, I've seen it happen to a lot of my friends that I've recommended it. That is how I got my start in LA, and I highly recommend the service, and it's called Talent Link, and it's provided via Actors Access. I guarantee you, if you have your headshots lined up, if you have your reel made, if you're constantly in training and you're able to show that, I guarantee you, you are not going to have an issue finding an agent through Talent Link. Now, the only thing is, it's gonna cost money. I think it's about $23 to $25 a month, I think. But trust me, it is worth every penny. There is not one friend who I have recommended this service to that haven't achieved success through it. So guys, there you have it. You want to become an actor? I just gave you the steps on what to do and how to become an actor in Hollywood. And if you found value in this video, please, I encourage you to subscribe. It would mean a lot to me. And please share this video with your friends. To all the aspiring actors and creators out there, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comment section or DM me on Instagram, Ahmed Bawas Official. Thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to talking to you soon again. Thank you.